Hello.
Hello.
My name is Veresciaghin, and I'm working as a public manager within the City Hall of Bucharest, District 6. I'm in charge of international financed projects and of course with other European funds projects within the City Hall.
A lot of cities invest in energy efficient buildings, but you invest in energy efficient schools especially, right?
Well, and schools are a part of the buildings we are investing in. Besides schools, besides energy efficient schools and other public buildings like social buildings or city hall buildings, we also invest in residential buildings. I mean, in Bucharest, you have this situation in Bucharest where you have private-owned buildings, big buildings, the big communist blocks you have also in Sofia that are energy retrofitted with public money. So, private-owned, public money. That's strange. Schools, of course, it's one of our main topics because in District 6 we have like 67 schools, high schools and kindergartens. And within the, let's say, last 30, 40 years, there were not so many investments made in the refurbishment and in the, let's say, energy efficiency works, and our commitment was to invest a lot in schools.
Why did you focus on schools, especially in your presentation?
I chose my presentation to be on schools because we had a URBACT good practice label for this school particular, and being, let's say, a good practice recognized within at the European level, we chose to present it to you. Of course, we have EU projects also, but we chose to come with this labeled project. Yeah.
Can you tell me more about this project with this school specifically?
Okay.
What does it make stand out from the rest?
Good. It's 3 layers of intervention, if you want to put it, and with 3 different types of financing. So you have combined solutions and combined financing. That's why I think it's a good practice and a good example. First layer, of course, it's the retrofitting of the building and the building of a new corp of building that is NZEB. The old ones, it's very, very, very costly to make from an old building an NZEB building. So we made the deep retrofitting process. Of course, we managed to have very efficient buildings, but not at the NZEB level. And besides this, next to the school, we built another building that is NZEB standards. So this is infrastructure. Everybody can do that. Or, okay, let's say everybody can do that with enough money. Besides this, so upon of this first layer, you have this component of knowledge. Advocacy component, if you want. So it's the students, the parents, the teachers that are using this infrastructure have to be aware of the goods they are in possession, of the goods they are using every day. And what is the difference between having an old building and a new building? What are the advantages? What are the positive aspects? So we come with this awareness campaign for children, students, for parents and for teachers. And here we had workshops, we had contests, we had YouTube videos, we have even a mascot that we carry with us for every, NZEB fair or efficiency energy buildings fair. So it's quite, when you see our mascot, okay, you see, okay, District 6, Elena project.
Why was it important to do it this way, to bring this awareness?
Well, I think that's important to help for the people to know that we are investing. Of course, you can put it, you can put, when you have the financing, you put that big announcement financed by EU, I don't know how much money, I don't know the time starts, the time when it ends. But it's our opinion and it's our belief that in order for people to really care, I mean, to, let's say, to have a stewardship of what we've done, they have to know of what's there. They have to know that this is different, this is better, and with, let's say, with this stewardship, they would care more about the building, and they will maybe be more careful with the building and with the facilities they have there.
So basically this brings above all else sustainability to the project.
Yes, sustainability. Yeah. Yes, if you want to put it that way, okay, it's a sustainability, let's say, a component, but it's also a community engagement, and it's also, I think, I think that the community at some point, I mean, we see it in District 6 with all the investments we've done. At some point, people become more proud of living in District 6 because they know that, I know, half of schools have already been renovated.
Can you, before we proceed forward, can you give me a bit more context of District 6? What is specific about the area? Where is it located? Because most of the people who watch the video will probably have never heard about it. Just so that people know what are you referring to when you talk about your district?
Okay, District 6 is one of the 6 districts of Bucharest. It's in the western part, west side. And you can imagine Bucharest like being a pizza. So it's the slice of pizza that is towards the western side of Bucharest. It's a district that's mainly residential. So it was developed after the Second World War in the 50s, starting with the 50s until the 80s. It's very dense as a population. It's imagine that on 36 square kilometers you have like 360,000 inhabitants. So you have like more or less 10,000 inhabitants per square kilometers. So it's really dense. It's really packed. It has lots of course, the new developments, shopping malls. You have the largest shopping mall area from the 6 districts. And now it started developing the tertiary sector, so you have more and more office buildings that are being built, especially big companies like Microsoft and Bitdefender, that's Romanian. One of the reasons is that in District 6 you have the largest technical university in Romania, you have Polytechnical University, and of course being in District 6, it's very interesting for big companies to come to have their offices next to the Polytechnical because you have lots of, let's say, highly skilled and workforce.
It sounds like a very good synergy between business, schools, education, and...
Yes, yes, we have a synergy between, I mean, within this, let's say, environment, you could say it, and part of our projects go towards this direction, encouraging this connection between technical schools, not only university, but also high schools, let's say technical workforce, market workforce.
So now in this context, the whole project of the low emission school that you're presenting seems even more important because it blends very well with all that you said.
Yeah. We have lots of, let's say, synergies between projects that connects to the technical equipment and schools. Because, for example, to put EV panels, what we did in the infrastructure works on schools, you don't need necessarily to have engineers. You need to have technicians. And within the district, we have high schools, technical high school, that is in charge of preparing technicians for this kind of telecom electrical area. So we also have, and of course there is another big company that developed a lot within this sector of EV panels, and we had an Urbact project that exactly the aim was exactly to connect those stakeholders within this environment.
And now I'm bringing you back to the
school.
low emission school.
Okay.
The first pillar was the infrastructure. The second was the awareness. Which one is the third one?
The third one is research. We had a, let's say, Horizon Finance project that looked upon the large area where this school, Saint Andrew School, let's give it a name. The Horizon Finance project focused on a broader area around the school, and the main aim was to imagine a roadmap where the district could become positive energy district. Of course, being an international project, you have lots of partners, two other demo cities, so we are 3 demo cities, Bucharest, Copenhagen and Parma, universities from Palermo, from Aarhus in Denmark, research institutes from Italy and from Belgium. So there was this mix of stakeholders, mix of partners, and together for each of the 3 cities we mapped, let's say, what would be the solutions to become positive energy district. In Bucharest, the study area, it's being, as I told you, a very dense populated. It's quite hard, even if you use all the surfaces of the terraces for the building blocks.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. We also made, let's say, a sun exposure study, surface study, different type of terrains, different type of buildings, different type of facilities where you could, let's say, install electrical generating panels, but it's not enough. Yet there are some small areas like the school. I'm not sure if you saw the picture of the school.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, so it's three buildings. The school has 3 buildings. All the terraces are covered with EV panels. Well, imagine during summer holidays, during weekends, that building is producing energy.
And it's not being used.
Exactly, no one is inside to use it.
So we have to store it somewhere.
We don't store it.
Is this part of the plan?
It wasn't part of the investment. I mean, it was not covered by the grant, by the investment. So we didn't put in storage facilities. But being I'd say a positive generator spot, and having very close to it electrical infrastructure, transformer point. No, but there is also I don't know how to call it, a place where the electricity company has some big facilities. Electric station. So there's an electric station in the vicinity. You have this school that can generate, so it can become the nucleus of an energy community. For the moment, the legislation is a bit behind. When the project was finished in 2023, the legislation with energy communities was at step 1, if you put it. I mean, you could have bills that will come with minus, and at some point, it's not mandatory. I mean, the legislation at that point didn't say when it would happen. The electricity company would compensate you with those minuses. So they would buy out the energy that you produced. Okay, that's phase 1. Now in Romania, let's say, has progressed a bit within the energy community legislation, and we are at step 2, where let's say if you have a single company that has several consuming points and one is with negative bills, then you can compensate between those points. So we can compensate between schools. So we have schools that aren't that efficient or haven't been retrofitted. and are a huge consumer of energy, so we can compensate with bills that are on negative wheel of our St. Andrews School, for example.
Can you tell me more about the funding of this project? How did it happen? I know that it was a bit more complex than more projects.
Yes, so you have three sources of financing. You have ELENA facility, which is a loan by European Bank of Investment, acting for Horizon. I mean, okay, it's a Horizon project, and this ELENA facility within the big family of Horizon, it's financed by Bank of European Investment. And besides that, you have local funding, you have local budget, and besides, and the third axis is to have European non-refundable funds. Yes, grant, I mean, loan, local budget, and grant.
What advice would you give to other municipalities who would now try and go into your steps and create something like what you did?
The first is be curious. I mean, start and dig the internet because there are financing, that's for sure. And be open to partnerships because many projects start and can be financed only within a partnership. So you have to be curious, to be open, and to be bold, because we would never thought about having a research project in that area. But what I mean, we have we have partners from previous projects that say, okay, we have this idea, why not? We have this idea of developing new projects, so you have to be open to new ideas and to be bold, be enough to go into that direction. And when you decide to go into whatever direction you decide to go, I mean, be there 100%, because it's your business card. And if you are involved and you give your best within the projects, then other people will come to you for new projects. So now, Bucharest District 6, we have this luxury of selecting projects. 4 years ago, we are looking desperately, well, let's say put it desperately, we are looking for projects, for partners, for we already want, do you want to make this project? How would you think of, what would you think of? But now people come to us because they know we do a good job when we decide to go in. Of course, it has to be in line with some political decision. Why do we go with schools? Because it was a political decision to invest in school, in education. We didn't go towards, I don't know,
a library, let's say.
Libraries or, well, libraries are not under District 6 administration.
They're not your jurisdiction, yeah, right. They're the Ministry of Culture, I suppose.
It depends on the level of libraries, either General City Hall, either Ministry of Culture. So yeah, it's a political decision. Okay, we concentrate on education and on whatever that means in terms of, I mean, infrastructure and let's say awareness and learning materials. So upon that you can build. I mean, around this core of of schools, you can build ecosystems for technology education, research for schools becoming energy community centers. So you can build upon it, but you have to have a core, a political decision, because otherwise you will lose yourself. I don't know, in many directions. There's a grant financing. I don't know, civic participation. It's important, but not necessarily in our direction. If it's civic participation regarding to schools, like our awareness campaign, then okay, that's okay. So you have to have this core, like assumed. I mean, this core that was politically, decided, and after that you can construct around it.
What is the next project?
The next project. The next project, we are having now a project, a EUI finance project, and among many of the aspects that EUI finance project deals with is to construct a living lab. I mean, to realize a living lab.
What does that mean?
Living lab, you can imagine it's a place where students can come and touch things and use things and play with things. Of course, things related to building facilities, to energy facilities in the building. So you will have a small, small areas where you can see how they are, the thermo insulation system, the PV panel producing electricity, the storage facilities. So all kind of demonstrating, if you want, demonstrating material, demonstrating learning material. So students can come, touch, play with it, and learn to their purpose. So they could, let's say, become more interested with a technical career, because I'm not sure in Bulgaria how it works, but technical high schools, the students have the opportunity of learning by doing, seeing, touching. So it's a living lab, a laboratory that is alive.
Thank you very much for this interview. It was nice talking to you.